Hello, Harriet. Good to see you. Nimar, are you also there? Lovely. Yeah, that's some lovely capital letters there from Harris. I think we have like 4 people on this around the round. Okay, cool. Let's roll. So what have we had before? In your previous work, you have done simultaneous equations that look like this. So yeah, something like 4x plus 2y equals 10, and then 3x plus 2y equals 5, let's say. Okay, so that's an example of simultaneous equation. So, fair enough, you know how to do that, hopefully, right? You also had equations where it was 2x plus 4y equals 20, and I don't know, 3x plus 2y equals, let's say, 15. And you had to multiply one of those equations to get something you can cancel down. And that's what we did last lesson. All right. So what's next? What's next? What happens if you have an equation, a pair of equations that work like this? So here you've got 3x plus 2y equals 10. And here you've got 2x plus 5y equals 20. What's the problem with that set of equations? Why would that be more difficult? Pop something in the chat box. Why would that be more difficult? So why is this question more challenging? Because it's got, what's it got that makes it different? And there's a higher number below. No, that's not the reason. That's not the reason. That is literally not the reason why in this particular case there's going to be an issue. 5y is bigger than 2y, but that's not the problem here. If that had been a 4y at the bottom, the question would be relatively easy. There wouldn't have been a problem with it. There is a reason. Let's see if you can spot what it is. I'll give you another minute or so to think about it. Why is this question harder than the previous questions that you've had? And it's not because of the 5y being at the bottom. So why is this one more difficult? It's a question I'm asking you. And you've said because of the 2y and the 5y, this one being bigger than that. Don't care. You can handle that. Is it the times 2? What do you mean? Expand on that. You might not be wrong. So in mind, say some more words now. If you times the line by 2, go on. Which line? First or second? Equation 1 or equation 2? Second line. Okay, suppose you times that by 2, you get 4x plus 10y equals 40. How would that help you? What would be the benefit of multiplying this guy by 2? Four x is bigger than 3x. So what are you saying there? You're getting towards the right answer there. What's the problem here? Okay. There is no number that you can times to either equation to get them to be the same. All right, this is the problem. The problem here is, suppose you times this guy by, say, 2. It won't cancel. Suppose you times this by 1 by 3. It won't cancel. There's no number that you can times this one by and that one by that will make it work. So what do we need to do? We actually have to do 2 multiplication sums. And here's how it works. So what we're going to do is we're going to cancel the y. So can you get your pen and paper out and get ready to take some notes? We're going to walk through this question together, okay? So we're going to cancel the y. That's going to be our target, and this is how we're going to solve it. So get your pen and paper out. Can you start copying that down for me? All right, the question, and I'm going to walk you through the solution, all right? I'm going to give you 30 seconds to get ready on that. So get pen, paper, copy this question. This is going to be your worked example for today. Right. So here we're going to cancel the y. And the way we do it is we multiply. Yeah, that's what I'm going to show you how to do. Don't worry anymore. I was just waiting for you to get copied. So what we're going to do is we're going to multiply this guy by 5 and that guy by 2. So we're going to do 5 times equation number 1, and we're going to do 2 times equation number 2. Now, why have I chosen to do it that way? Because what you do is you multiply by the opposite guy's y coefficient. So the coefficient of y for 2 is 5, so I'm going to times the first equation by 5. The coefficient for 1, for the y in equation 1 is 2, so I'm going to times by 2. So basically, you're timesing by the opposite number, y. The other equation's y number, all right? Are you happy with that so far? And what we're going to do now is you're going to see that happen. Can you copy out those 2 lines for me? And then we're going to do it together, all right? So copy out these 2 lines now. If you haven't already copied them out, copy out, okay? Right, cool. So you copied it out, brilliant. Let me just rub that out there. Now, so let's see what I meant. So we're going to times this guy by 5, all right? Times the whole equation by 5. And you get 15x plus 10y equals 50. I hope you agree with that, just timesing by 5. We're going to times this guy, we decided, by 2. So that's going to be 4x plus 10y equals 40. And do you see now that you can solve the equation? Because you've got 2 10y's there, they'll cancel via subtraction. Yeah? They'll cancel via subtraction. So if you do the calculation on that, you get 15x minus 4x is 11x. 50 minus 40 is 10. 11x equals 10. So therefore, I'll put it up here. So if 11x equals 10, it follows that x equals 10 11ths. And you can substitute in to get what y is, and I'll do that in a minute. All right? Do you see the logic? If you multiply by the other guy's number in front of the y, you get now 2 new equations which you can solve using simultaneous equations. All right? These guys, you couldn't do them straight away, so you had to do something to both of them, and the something to both of them is times by the opposite guy's y. So I times this equation by 5, and I times this equation by 2. The opposite guy's y number. All right? The y number, the proper name for it is coefficient, as you probably hopefully already know. So we've got to x equals 10 over 11. Can you copy this out? Again, keep copying it as we're going step by step. And then I'll finish off the question by telling you how to find y, which you should already know. So as soon as you finish copying down, type again that you've done it. Right, lovely. So we've now got x equals 10 11ths, right? We can sit that in any equation. I'm going to put it in this one. Well, I'm going to put it in this one. It might as well. And again, after that, it's just how good are you at fractions? Put that into there. You've got 3 times 10 11ths, which is 30 over 11, plus 2y equals 10. Suppose you haven't got your calculator with you. Well, you just go, well, that guy is, if you times everything through by 11, you'll get a better, easier equation to run. So 30 plus 22y equals 110. Yeah? So what I did, I just times through everything by 11 on that equation to get a simpler equation to solve. What I'm going to do now, take away the 30 from both sides. 22y equals 80. Y equals, so if 22y equals 80, then it follows that y equals 80 over 22. And of course, that divides through by 2, so y equals 40 over 11. Final answer. All right? Now, that one was a harder one because it came out with some fractions. Let me just write down where you can actually see. So 40 over 11. There we go. All right? So again, copy it down. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do one together, step by step, and see if you can grasp the idea. All right? Lovely. Let's do it. Let's do the next one. Okay, so we're going to do a similar type question. We're going to do it step by step together. So here we have 2x plus 3y equals 20. And here we've got 7x plus 2y equals 45. Okay? So first of all, this is equation 1 and this is equation 2. Can you tell me what I should be timesing equation 1 by and timesing equation 2 by in the chat box? Tell me what number should I times equation 1 by and what number should I times equation 2 by? Put it in the chat box. Right, times 2 and times 3. Yep, so equation 1 gets multiplied by 2 and equation 2 is multiplied by 3. I'm glad you figured that out. Can you now do that for me and then type in the chat box what your new equations will be? So type in your chat box what the new equations will be after you've times equation 1 by 2 and equation 2 by 3. Well done. Excellent. Right, so first claim is correct. 4x plus 6y equals 40. Well done. Good. First one done. Next one, please. The other one is 21x. Oh, that's up to 21x plus 6y equals 135. Okay, equals 135. Lovely. Okay, cool. Now we could definitely do this equation either way around. If we flip them, it will be easier. But I'm going to do them the way they are. We're going to get rid of the 6y, so we've got to subtract 6y minus 6y equals 0. So you've got minus 17x equals 175. Yeah, so we've got minus 17x equals 175. All right? Sorry, that's a lie. It's not 175 at all. It's subtraction, isn't it? Minus 95. Now, does that work? No. 17 times 5, 50. No, it's 85. Damn it, close. X equals 95 over 17. All right? So that's where we stand at the moment. So we've got X already. Now we've got X. Can I ask you to find Y for me? All right? So what we did, we subtracted them. We solved the equation. And we've got the X equals X equals positive 95 over 17. Can I ask you to find what Y is? All right? You've got 3 minutes to do that. You've seen how I did it. How would you find Y? Got X. Find Y. 340. So we're looking for y now, all right? Preferably as a fraction. Don't give me a decimal, please. Right, 50 over 17 is a claim. Let's have a look if that's true. So we've got 95 over 17. Okay, cool. So let's have a look. So 95 over 17 was x. I'm going to put it in this guy. So that's going to be 95 times 2 is 190 over 17 plus 3y equals 20. Times 3 by 17, you get 190 plus 51y equals 340. That would leave you with 51y over 150, which I agree with you is 50 over 17. Well done. Well done, Harris. Good job. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Right, so let's move on to the next question. And this one you're going to do all by yourself, all right? So we've got 5x plus 7y equals 100. And you've got 3x plus 2y equals 20. All right, so you're going to do that one all by yourself now, all right? Once you've got the answer, pop up in the chat box. So how's it going with this question then? Anyone struggling? Anyone got an answer? So claim one is 60 over 11. That's a good place to start. I'm going to check all of this at the end. So if you work out the question and get both answers, then I'll go through it with you and we'll see if you got the right one. Okay. All right. So let's do it together then and find out. You might be right. I don't know. So you're going to do it with the y's, I guess. So we'll go 10x plus 14y equals what? So times it by 2, aren't we? So 200. The other guy you're timesing by 7, so you end up with 21x plus times that by 7, you get 14y equals 140. That seems to be done correctly to my liking anyways. If you subtract those guys, you get minus 11x equals 60. So x is, yep, quite right, is 60 over 11. So x equals 60 over 11, brilliant. So you're sorted for that. Now let's see if Harris's claim is right on y. So my x is minus 60 over 11. I'll put in the second equation. You get minus 180 over 11 plus 2y equals 20. Times through by 11, you get minus 180 plus 22y equals 220, don't you? So you're going to get what, 400 over 22? 200 over 11? Yeah, well done. Good job. Good job. This is pretty good, actually. I'm pretty happy with this. This is looking good. Okay, we'll do maybe just one more, because you seem to have got this quite well, but I'll make it the hardest one. So here we've got 3x minus 2y equals 10. And here you've got 7x plus 5y equals 80. All right, let's see what you make of that. G times by minus 2. Yeah, you do times the second equation by minus 2. That's right. So x equals 210 over 29. Let's see what y is as well, and then we'll do it together. Right, yeah, let's try it. So what we're going to do is going to have a look at this question. We're going to times this one by 5, and we're going to times this one by -2. All right, let's do that and see what happens. So if we do that, we end up with 15x minus 10y equals 50. And then we're going to times by -2, which is going to be minus 14x minus 10y equals minus 160. Okay, so hopefully that's all right. What we're going to do, when they're both negative, you subtract. So remember I told you when the sign's the same, you subtract. So we're going to subtract here. So you're going to get 29x, that's done right, equals 210. Therefore, x equals 210 over 29. Well done, Limon. We'll pop it back into the first equation. So we know x is 210 over 29. It's a good job. So if we know that x is 210 over 29, that would go 630 over 29 minus 2y equals 10. So just substitute back into first equation. Multiply through by the 29. You've got 630 minus 58y equals 290. That would give you what? It'll give you a negative number for sure on the right. So yeah, I think you've got this right. Minus 340 on that, and then you half it. Yes, I agree. So it's going to be 29y. Yeah, 29y equals 170. Y equals 170 over 29. Lovely, good job. That's pretty well done, I've got to say. All right, so what I'm going to do is give you some homework for today. Now, your homework for this week is 2 parts. All right. Number 1 is going to just a few of these just to practice. And it won't be many of those, but you seriously have to recap quadratics for next lesson, because what we're going to do is we're going to combine simultaneous equations and the stuff I've taught you about quadratics. All right, so make sure you recap quadratics in detail. Hopefully you've got some good, strong notes now for quadratics at least, and for this, that you'll be able to easily kind of like go back and go, oh, this is how it worked, etc. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put up your homework questions just to remind you, it is this and it is revision of quadratics. So question number 1 be 2x plus 11y equals 40. 3x plus 3y equals 20. So that's equation number 1. Should give 4 questions, I think, this time. 5x plus 7y equals 100. 7x plus 3y equals 90. Equals 90. Yeah, that's a 90, not an 80. Number 3, minus 2x plus 5y is 10. 3x plus 2y is 12. Eight x minus 7y equals 30. 5x minus 2y equals 15. Right, so those are your 4 questions. Can you copy those down for me? Certainly. Here you go. And that's a little bit clearer. Brilliant. Okay, cool. So I'm going to rub this out in just a second. Nimana, have you finished copying as well? Let me know, because I need to tell you what the second part of your homework specifically is that you need to revise. No, have you finished? So, Harris, have you finished copying? Right. So the things you need to revise from quadratics are how to factorize and solve, and also how to use the formula. Just going to quickly rewrite the formula out for you so you've got that. So those are the things you need to revise for next lesson. So it's this formula, minus b plus or minus b squared over 4ac square rooted all over 2a. Okay, so if you've got that revised, next lesson will be relatively easy for you. It will be easy, but you know. Okay, so quickly take a note of that, and then we're done. I think that'll be that. Okay, guys, take care. I'll see you next week. Look after yourselves. Have a good weekend.